I have been working on this thing for so long and I still don't know how to explain it properly. Hi, welcome to the June TBR. This is a very exciting TBR because this is the kickoff of an idea that I've had for months. I wanted to do something for Pride, and what I settled on was what I am calling Read the Rainbow, which will be a series of videos culminating in the Pride-centered books that I am reading for June. I was trying to go off of the rainbow flag and thinking what I could do, and I remember when we were kids, ranking the colors was very important. Like having a favorite color and a backup favorite color and so on and so forth was very important when we were kids. So I kind of went with that idea, and I've picked books where the majority of the cover is one of the 6 rainbow colors that I'll be doing, because nobody needs indigo. Indigo, no one wants you here. So I've been doing this throughout the year with both thrillers and romances. So there'll be 2 episodes where I discuss those. And then also my June TBR, which is all LGBTQ plus rates in some way. We'll get into that later. But I wanted to have something to talk about, or like a sciencey way of doing this. I wanted something different from me just talking about which ones I liked best. And so what I came up with was using the 4 doorways system as a basis for my rating. Links in the description, my brain no work. But basically her idea was that people approach stories for one of 4 different reasons. Either they care about the plot, the characters, the setting, or the writing. And so based on what kind of genre you're reading, those will matter more than others. But that is the basis of how I've broken up my scoring. The 4 doorways are really good for helping you speak intelligently, unlike me, about what you like in books, because sometimes you just like a book and you can't really explain why. This is something very concrete and something everyone can identify, and maybe will help you explain it to yourself, I guess. I found the 4 doorways really interesting, and reading her article on it is really good. So in romances, character will matter a lot more and is going to be separated into more categories, but in a thriller, plot will matter a lot more, and you can play off of that, and then the Pride reads will have their own variation on the same system, but we are still going to be counting the 4. In general, plot is definitely the one that I care about most. Character, I guess, would be second for me. And then setting and then writing. I really don't notice setting or writing unless I hate it, or unless I love it, I guess. That does happen occasionally. No, I guess I care about setting. We're getting off track. So the videos regarding the romance and thrillers will be out near the beginning of June, and then after I've read all of my books for June, we'll do another edition sort of to serve as my wrap-up. I'm only going to mention the 6 books today that I'm going to be reading for this challenge thing, and if I have any more time I'll read something else, but I really don't have any firm plans right now. But as always, I give myself 2 challenges every month to read a book published in the current month but not the current year, and to participate in the Buzzword Readathon. Thankfully, the 6 books that I had already pre-chosen, I can slot them into those 2 categories. So, and then the idea is, coming out of this, I will have a different ranking for my favorite colors based on the books that I have read for each category. Maybe we can sum it up in the end and see if like blue won for all of them. Then definitively blue was the best color objectively. I should probably say my color preferences right now on the spot, top down, would be blue, red, green, purple, yellow, orange. Orange will forever be at the bottom. Not sorry about it. And blue is traditionally my color. Whenever we play a board game, I am the blue token. This is all meant in good fun. I'm sure that I've messed something up in here or finding orange books, it's really hard. If some of these seem like they're stretching a bit, it's because they are. Without further ado, let's get into my June TBR. All of these are going to be LGBT in some way. The problem is I know nothing before going into my books, and also trying to fit them within the color categories made it a little bit difficult. So some of these on Goodreads, they're marked as LGBT, but I don't know how. So if I get them wrong in the end, I'm sorry, but some of these are definitely valid. For the color red, I am going to be reading Carmilla by Sheridan Fanu. This is a classic novel that I had never heard of, so how classic can it be? But it was written in the 1870s, and it's about lesbian vampires. Immediately sold. You got me. I tried to vary my selections quite a bit, so I wasn't reading all contemporary or something throughout the month, so classic lesbian vampire fiction is exactly what I want. What more could you want? This one also counts for the buzzword readathon because the prompt there is to read something with a name or a title in the title, and Carmilla's a name, I assume. Wait, what if it's not a name? It's a name. It's gonna be a name. The book that I have for orange is Tomboy Survival Guide by Ivan Coyote. It is written by Ivan. Coyote identifies as they, them, a gender box defying adult. This is from their website. So I think it's a non-fiction about growing up and kind of what the connotation of the word tomboy means. I think this is the only non-fiction that I have for this challenge, but I think it'll be a good one. The book that I have for yellow is I'll Be the One by Lyla Lee. This did the rounds on BookTube. I believe last year it was a pretty big hit. It is about a plus-size Korean girl who is determined to become a K-pop star. This is one of the ones that's just kind of marked as LGBT. I'm not sure. I want to say she's bi, but there's clearly some rainbow influence on this cover, so I'm excited about this one. I've heard it's precious and adorable and everything you could want, so yay. This one also counts for the challenge that I have of the current month, so this was published in June of 2020. The book that I have for green is The Gilded Wolves by Roshani Chokshi. This is another one that I'm not entirely sure what it is. It's marked as LGBT, but it's also something I've been wanting to read for a really long time. I've also heard that Gilded Wolves is Six of Crows, but make it POC, which sounds great. I did watch the Shadow and Bone adaptation. That did get me really excited for reading some kind of heist novel, and I'm hoping this will do the trick. And I also hope it's queer. For the color blue, I have The Deep by River Solomon. River Solomon is a non-binary author. I have previously DNF'd one of their books in the past. It was called The Ghost one. An Unkindness of Ghosts? That sounds right. It just wasn't something really for me. But this one I've heard really good things about, and I've got the audiobook for it, which has a full cast, I believe. And it's also really short, so we'll see. And then the final book for purple, I have Love Beyond Body, Space and Time, an Indigenous LGBT sci-fi anthology. This is just what it says. It's a very short anthology about Indigenous LGBT stories. Looks like there are 11 stories in here. I don't really know what to say here. I feel like the tagline says it all, and I'll let you know more once I read it. But for now, just get hype, I guess. So that's it. That's my big June plans, which I'm very excited for. Again, you'll be seeing the thriller and the romance videos earlier in the month, and then my wrap up in the form of ranking these 6 books at the end of the month, but it should be good. I hope it's good. I have had my heart set on this for a long time, so hopefully it works out. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!